My precious child, do not turn away. They do not want you to hear this, because the moment you understand what I am about to reveal, the grip of fear over your life begins to break. You almost scrolled past, but it was my spirit that pulled you back. Because this is not chance. I have caused the heavens to fall silent, commanding the stars to hold their breath, just so I could whisper directly into the depths of your weary soul. You have been searching for a sign, crying out in the stillness of the night, wondering if anyone hears the echoes of your breaking heart. I am here. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the creator of all that is. Yet in this vast universe, my gaze is fixed entirely on you. This is a divine interruption, a sacred pause in the chaos of your life. I could not wait until the morning sun rises to tell you what is about to unfold, because time is moving, and the enemy has been trying to drown this truth under noise, doubt, and delay. Hurry up, my child. Lean in and listen, because the breakthrough you have been praying for is no longer a distant promise. It is knocking at your door. And hear me clearly. Get ready for the jackpot surprise. Not the kind that leaves you empty the next day, but the kind of blessing that makes you look back and realize I was arranging every detail while you thought nothing was happening. You have reached the end of your own strength, and that is exactly where my power begins. Rest your heart for a moment and listen, for the atmosphere around you is shifting even as I speak. What is coming will feel sudden to you, but it has been building in the unseen, quietly, intentionally, and right on time. Before I reveal the magnitude of the blessing that is rushing toward you, I want you to declare your presence in my sanctuary of peace. Do not let this moment pass in silence. Type "I am here, Lord," or 7007 in the comments below to open the gates of heaven and signal that you are ready to receive. By doing this, you are stepping out of the shadows and into the light of my favor. I also invite you to join this family of believers by subscribing to this channel and pressing the like button right now. This is not merely a digital action. It is an act of faith, a way to signal your agreement with the heavenly decree I am about to release over your life. When you like this message, you are saying amen with your heart. And when you join this community, you are surrounding yourself with the light that the darkness can never overcome. Feel the warmth of my love beginning to wrap around you like a cloak. You are not a number. You are my chosen one. And I have called you by name to witness a miracle that will leave the world in awe of what I can do for those who trust me. I have seen the path you have walked, and I know how heavy the stones have been under your feet. I saw you when you thought you were alone, when the tears fell in the privacy of your room and you had no words left to pray. I heard the sighs that escaped your lips when you looked at your bank account, when you felt the sting of betrayal, or when the weight of responsibility felt like it would crush the very life out of you. You have been carrying a burden that was never meant for your shoulders alone. You have been trying to be strong for everyone else, wearing a mask of okay, while your spirit felt like it was crumbling into dust. But I am the great physician, and I am reaching down right now to touch the places that hurt the most. I am not a distant God who watches from afar. I am the Father who catches every tear in a bottle and remembers every prayer you thought went unanswered. The season of being overlooked and undervalued is coming to a sudden and violent end. I am about to vindicate you in the presence of those who doubted you and restore the years that were stolen by pain. Stay with me, for the revelation I am about to share will be the anchor that holds you through the final moments of the storm, before the great calm. I saw you when the clock struck 3 in the morning, and the silence of the room felt louder than any storm you have ever faced. I watched as you stared into the cold darkness, your mind a relentless whirlwind of what-ifs and how-longs, trying to solve problems that were never meant for your shoulders to carry alone. I felt the tightness in your chest. That invisible, suffocating pressure that makes every breath feel like a heavy labor. As if the very air around you had grown thick with the weight of your unspoken worries. Your bed, which I designed to be a sanctuary of sacred rest, has instead become a battlefield where you wrestle with the shadows of anxiety and the ghosts of past mistakes. And they do not want you to hear this part, my child. The darkness has been trying to convince you that your struggle is proof you are alone. But the truth is the opposite. I have seen the way you toss and turn, unable to find a single position of comfort because your soul is profoundly restless, agitated by the shifting winds of a life that feels out of your control. My child, do not believe for a single second that those moments of quiet desperation went unnoticed by me. I was right there in the corner of that room, counting every heartbeat that raced with fear and gathering every silent plea that you were too exhausted to even whisper. The world sees the brave face you put on when the sun is up, but I see the exhaustion that has settled deep into your very bones when the lights go out. I see the toll that this season has taken on your physical body, the way your neck aches from the constant tension of holding everything together, and how your eyes sting from the lack of true, restorative sleep. You have been running on empty for far too long, fueled only by the adrenaline of survival. But hear me. The season of mere survival is ending, and the season of my supernatural sustenance is beginning. You may feel like nothing is changing, yet I have been shifting things behind the curtain, quietly, precisely, preparing what will surprise you at the right moment. I am reaching out to touch the places where the stress has manifested as physical pain, commanding the heaviness to lift and the tension to dissolve in the warmth of my love. You have become a master at hiding your fragility, building a fortress of perceived strength around your heart so that no one can see how close you truly are to the breaking point. Your shoulders, though they appear sturdy to those who depend on you, are bruised and weary from the immense weight of responsibilities you have carried without complaint. You have been the pillar for your family, the silent problem solver for your friends, and the one who always shows up when others fail. Yet you often wonder in the quiet of your heart who is there to catch you when you finally fall. I have watched you walk through your days with a heart like lead, forced to smile through the ache because you fear that if you let even one tear escape, the entire dam will burst and you will be swept away by the flood of your own emotions. You carry the financial burdens, the relational tensions, and the secret fears of the future as if the outcome depended entirely on your limited strength. But I am the Lord who gives power to the faint. I am here to remind you that you were never designed to be the source of your own life. This exhaustion you feel is a signal that you have been trying to play a role that belongs only to me. I see the bruises on your spirit that no human eye can detect, and I am here to bind them up with my grace. There is a particular kind of pain that comes when you are surrounded by people, yet your heart feels like it is wandering through a desolate desert. I have seen you in the middle of a crowded room, smiling and nodding, while internally you are screaming for someone to truly see you, to truly understand the depth of the void you feel. You have felt the sharp sting of betrayal from those you trusted most, the ones you poured your love and resources into, only to have them turn their backs when your own well ran dry. I know the names of the people who whispered behind your back, and the faces of those who promised to stay, but vanished when the clouds grew dark. This isolation has not been easy, my child. It has felt like a prison, a season where your voice seems to echo off the walls of your own solitude without an answer. But I want you to know that I have been there in the wilderness with you. I was the silent companion when the phone stopped ringing and the invitation ceased. I was the one holding your hand when you felt like you had become invisible to the world. Understand this truth. Your season of isolation was not a sign of my abandonment, but a period of divine protection. I removed certain voices from your life because they could not go where I am taking you. I allowed the silence to grow so that you could finally hear my voice above the noise of the world's expectations. You are not being rejected. You are being set apart. You are not lost. You are being aligned. And they do not want you to hear this, my child. What felt like a wilderness was actually my hidden workshop, where I was refining your heart and strengthening your spirit for what is next. This wilderness is not your home. It is your training ground. The very people who walked away from you will one day watch from a distance as I lift you to heights they could never imagine. Every tear you shed in this lonely season is a seed being planted for a harvest of joy that is already beginning to sprout. Do not let the enemy tell you that you are alone because you are unworthy or because I have forgotten you. That is a lie from the pit of despair. I have always carried you, even when the tracks in the sand were only mine. I am the God who finds the one lost sheep, and I have found you here in your deepest solitude. This hidden season is almost over, but before you emerge, I need you to surrender the bitterness you feel toward those who left you. Forgiveness is not for them. It is your own liberation. As you release the pain of the past, you create space for the new connections I am bringing into your life. People who will see your value and walk beside you in your purpose. I'm getting you prepared to handle the weight of the blessing that is coming. Real blessings are heavy and require strong shoulders, and these days of solitude have made you stronger than you ever realized. I see you, I know you, and I am closer to you than your very breath. Trust my timing, for I make everything beautiful in its season, and your season of light is about to break through the dark horizon. My beloved, I have watched you perfect the art of the smile that does not reach your eyes. I have seen you standing before the mirror, taking a deep breath and pulling yourself together, just so you can face a world that demands everything from you, but offers so little in return. You have become so skilled at wearing the mask of strength that even those closest to you believe you are unbreakable. But I see the cracks. I see the moments when you retreat into the bathroom or sit in your car just a few minutes longer, letting the tears fall because the performance of being okay has become more exhausting than the struggle itself. You are terrified that if you show even a glimpse of your vulnerability, the people who depend on you will lose their footing. You believe that if you stop for a single second, the entire world you have built will come crashing down around you. But I am here to tell you that you were never meant to be the pillar that holds up the sky. You are my child, not a machine. And your breaking point is not a sign of failure. It is a signal that you are ready to let me be God in your life. I want you to stop what you are doing right now and engage in a moment of holy surrender. Place your hand gently upon your heart and feel the rhythm I have orchestrated within you. Close your eyes and take a slow, deep breath, inhaling my peace and exhaling the toxic need to control every outcome. As you breathe, listen to the whisper of my spirit. You don't have to carry this anymore. I am not asking you to be stronger. I am asking you to be mine. The pressure you feel in your chest, the tightness in your throat, and the constant mental noise are all symptoms of a life lived in self-reliance. You have tried to solve the unsolvable and fix the unfixable, but your hands are too small to hold the universe. Release your grip. Let go of the steering wheel. I know you fear that letting go means falling into an abyss, but I promise you, you are not falling apart. You are falling into my arms. I am the safety net that has always been beneath you, and I am the foundation that can never be shaken, no matter how hard the winds blow. Trusting me with your breaking point is the bravest thing you will ever do. It is the moment when you stop fighting the current and begin to float on the tide of my grace. You think your weakness is a liability, but in my kingdom, your weakness is the very doorway through which my greatest power enters. When you reach the end of your rope, you finally find my hand waiting there to pull you up. I am not disappointed in your exhaustion. I am moved by it. I am not judging your tears. I am gathering them. Stop trying to figure out how the next month or the next year will unfold. Give me the next 5 minutes. Give me your I can't do this anymore. This is the sacred exchange. You give me your brokenness, and I give you my peace that surpasses all understanding. You are safe with me, my precious one. The mask can come off now. You are loved exactly as you are, in all your weariness and all your doubt. Rest in me, for I am the one who sustains you, and I will not let your foot slip. Do you hear the whispers, my child? Those subtle, persistent voices that crawl into the corridors of your mind when the world is quiet and your defenses are low. They are not my voice. I am the Prince of Peace, the great I am. But there is a thief who prowls in the shadows of your thoughts, a master of illusions who seeks to steal the serenity I have carefully placed within your heart. This thief does not come with a loud roar, but with the soft, poisonous hiss of doubt. He whispers that you are not enough, that your best years have been squandered, and that the mountain currently standing before you is far too high for your tired feet to climb. He uses the language of never and always, telling you that your financial situation will never change, that your body will always be broken, and that you will always be an outsider looking in. These are the fiery arrows of the accuser, specifically designed to paralyze your spirit with a fear that does not exist and to keep you from stepping into the glorious territory I have already won for you. When you feel that sudden surge of dread or that sinking sensation that your destiny has bypassed you, recognize it for exactly what it is: a desperate, frantic attempt by the enemy to distract you from the miracle that is even now being woven into the fabric of your life. The enemy is absolutely terrified of your awakening, for he knows the moment you realize who you truly are in me, his influence over your life will vanish like smoke in a gale. This is why the battle for your mind has been so fierce, so relentless, and so personal lately. He does not waste his ammunition on those who are not a threat to his kingdom of darkness. If you are not a chosen vessel of light, if you did not carry a seed of greatness that is destined to impact thousands, he would not be working overtime to discourage you. The intensity of the attack is actually the greatest evidence of the magnitude of your breakthrough. He has tried to deceive you into believing that my silence is my absence. But he is a liar and the father of lies. My silence is often the sacred space where I am doing my most profound work, rearranging the stars, aligning the hearts of men, and unbolting the heavy iron gates that have held your purpose captive for far too long. The thief wants you to fixate on the waves, so you will not see the dry path I am clearing through the middle of your sea. He wants you to look at the emptiness of your hands, so you will not feel the weight of the crown I am lowering onto your head. He has lied to you about time, telling you that it is too late, that the clock has run out, or that your past mistakes have disqualified you from my finest promises. Listen to the truth of the one who created time. I am the Lord of the harvest, and I can restore in a single day what the locusts have eaten over a decade. I am not limited by your calendar or your history. The enemy's most effective weapon is the lie of shame, bringing up your old scars and your hidden failures to make you feel as though you no longer have a seat at my royal table. But my grace does not consult your past to determine your future. I have already washed away what you are still punishing yourself for. Every time you entertain the thought that you are a failure, you are handing the keys of your peace to a thief who only wants to burn your house down. It is time to take those keys back. It is time to stop giving a platform to the voice that hates your soul. You are my chosen one, and your value is not a variable to be calculated by your performance. It is a constant, written in the very blood that has already secured your total victory over every lie of the pit. This battle is not against your circumstances, or your boss, or your bank account. It is a spiritual conflict against the principalities that desire to keep you in a state of permanent slumber. They want you to stay small, to stay silent, and to stay defeated so that the light within you never reaches its full radiance. But I have given you the armor of light and the authority of my name to tread upon the serpents of doubt and the scorpions of anxiety. When those whispers come, do not argue with them. Silence them with the truth of my presence. When the fear says you won't make it, let your spirit roar back. I am more than a conqueror through the one who loves me. You are being refined in the furnace of this conflict, not to be consumed, but to emerge as a warrior of light whose faith cannot be shaken. The pressure you feel is not there to break you. It is there to crush the husks of your old self, so that the fresh oil of my anointing can flow freely through your life. Reject the bitterness, cast off the worry, and stand firm in the liberty I have given you. The thief has been exposed, and his time is short. Your peace is being restored, your joy is being reignited, and the darkness is fleeing because I am standing right here beside you. Do you remember the doors that slammed shut in your face just as you thought you had finally found your way? Do you remember the opportunities that slipped through your fingers, leaving you feeling rejected and forgotten? I want you to look back at those moments with a new lens, the lens of my sovereignty. I was the one who turned the key. I was the one who blocked the path. You saw it as a rejection, but I knew it was a rescue. You thought I was denying you a blessing, but I was actually shielding you from a disaster you could not see. I am the divine architect, and I have the original blueprint of your life spread out before me. I see the beginning from the end, and every detour you have been forced to take was actually a calculated move to keep you from a bridge that was about to collapse. You are not wandering aimlessly. You are being navigated through a minefield by the one who loves you perfectly. Every no you have encountered was my protection in disguise, ensuring that you did not settle for a counterfeit when the authentic miracle was still being prepared. My child, lean into this truth. I know exactly what I am doing with your life. I have thoughts and plans for you that are filled with peace and not with evil. Plans to give you a future that is overflowing with a hope you have not even dared to imagine yet. You have been mourning what you lost, but I am asking you to celebrate what I saved you from. Every rejection you received from the world was a sacred yes to the better thing I have prepared in the secret place. This is the season of divine alignment. I am shifting the tectonic plates of your destiny to ensure that when the blessing falls, you are standing in the exact spot required to catch it. Sometimes I have to shake your world to get the dust off your vision. Sometimes I have to remove the wrong people, so there is room for the right ones to sit at your table. You are being positioned, not punished. The discomfort you feel is the sensation of being moved into the center of my will, where your efforts will finally meet my ease. You feel as though you are behind, looking at the clocks of men and the schedules of the world, feeling the panic of a race you think you are losing. But in my kingdom, time is my servant. You are not behind, you are being built. You are not breaking, you are becoming. A skyscraper requires a deeper foundation than a cottage. And the height of the destiny I have designed for you requires a depth of character that can only be forged in the waiting. Trust the blueprint. Trust the master builder. I do not make mistakes with the clay in my hands. Every delay has been a divine shielding, a period of strengthening your inner life, so that you can handle the weight of the glory that is coming. Your life is not a series of random accidents. It is a masterpiece in progress. Rest in the knowledge that my hand is on the chisel, and I am shaping you into a vessel of honor that will reflect my light to a dark world. The alignment is almost complete, and soon you will see that every closed door led you exactly where you needed to be. Wake up, my beloved. There is a spiritual heaviness that has tried to settle over your life like a thick, suffocating fog, numbing your senses and stealing the passion that once defined you. You have been walking in a daze, going through the motions of your daily routine, while the fire that once burned brightly in your heart has dwindled to a tiny, flickering coal. This is the spiritual slumber, a dangerous state of indifference, where you begin to settle for a life that is merely fine, instead of the extraordinary, supernatural destiny I have written for you. The enemy does not always attack with a terrifying storm. Quite often, he attacks with a lullaby, luring you into a false sense of security, where you no longer feel the urgency of my spirit or the weight of your calling. He wants you to stay in the gray areas of life, where your faith is lukewarm, your prayers are robotic, and your vision is blurred by the mundane concerns of the world. But I am sounding a holy alarm in your soul today. I am shaking the foundations of your comfort because I love you too much to let you sleep through the greatest season of your life. The time for being a passive observer is over. The world is waiting for the light I have placed inside you. But that light cannot shine if you are asleep at the wheel of your own destiny. Do you feel the subtle tug of the world trying to pull you into its patterns of cynicism, doubt, and despair? Every small compromise you make, every time you choose worry over worship, and every moment you allow the bitterness of others to dim your own kindness, a little more of your divine radiance is lost. You were created to be a city on a hill, a beacon of hope in a darkening age. But you have allowed the mundane pressures of life, the bills, the gossip, the endless distractions, to pile up like cold ash on your altar. I am calling you back to the heat of your first love. I am calling you out of the shadows of just getting by and into the brilliance of my purpose. There is a spiritual warfare raging all around you for the territory of your soul, and you cannot win a battle that you are sleeping through. This alarm I am sounding is not a message of condemnation. It is a decree of coronation. It is me calling you to stand up, shake off the dust of your discouragement, and realize that you are a warrior of the Most High. The hour is late, the stakes are high, and I need your eyes wide open, your ears tuned to my frequency, and your heart ready to move at the speed of my command. If this message has reached you at the exact moment you needed it, and you want to help this word keep reaching other weary souls, you may support this channel through Super Thanks. Every gift you sow helps strengthen this mission, spreading comfort, truth, and devotion to me, to those who feel lost in the fog. Your support is not measured by its size, but by the love behind it, and I receive it as a seed of obedience and generosity. And as you give, do not give from pressure, give from peace, knowing I am the one who sees what is done in secret and pours back into your life in ways no one can explain. Thank you for helping keep this light burning. I am breathing fresh life onto the dying coals of your heart today. Can you feel the warmth returning to your spirit? Can you feel the spark of your original purpose beginning to catch fire once again? The numbness is leaving, and the clarity of heaven is returning to your mind. You are beginning to see the world as I see it, not as a place of defeat and decay, but as a harvest field ready for the manifestation of my power through you. This spiritual awakening is the essential prerequisite for the miracles I'm about to pour into your life. You cannot receive the new wine of my blessing in the old dry wineskins of a sleeping spirit. I am giving you a new focus, a sharp discernment, and a renewed strength that will make you feel younger in your spirit than you have in years. You will see the traps of the enemy before he even sets them, and you will hear my voice behind you saying, "This is the way. Walk in it," when the world tries to lead you astray into the woods of confusion. The slumber is broken. The fog is lifting. You are wide awake, my chosen one. And now that your eyes are open, I can finally show you the breathtaking landscape of the future I have prepared for you. Stand tall and be bold, for the day has dawned and the shadows have fled. Prepare your heart, my beloved, for I am announcing a sacred window of time that begins the moment my voice reaches your ears. Over the next 7 days, the spiritual atmosphere around you will become thin, and the veil between my promises and your reality will begin to dissolve. This is not a vague prediction or a far-off hope. It is a divine appointment that I have set in the heavens before you were even born. You have spent years waiting, months crying, and weeks wondering if the tide would ever turn. I am here to tell you that the tide has turned. Within these 7 days, I am initiating a series of rapid alignments that will move you from the back of the line to the very front. You will feel a sudden acceleration in your spirit, a sense that time is bending to serve my purpose for you. Do not look at your current circumstances or the obstacles in your path, for in 7 days, those mountains will become a plain. I am opening a portal of favor that will allow blessings to flow through your life without resistance. This is your week of transition, the 7-day journey from the wilderness to the promised land. Watch closely for the signs I am placing along your path during this window. You will notice numbers repeating in strange patterns: 777, 7007, and 1212, not as mere coincidences, but as my divine signature on your day, reminding you that my perfect order is being restored. Pay attention to the phone in your hand, for an unexpected call or message from someone you haven't heard from in years will bring news that changes your trajectory. It will be a call of favor, an invitation of restoration, or an opening that you thought was forever closed. I am moving people you do not even know to mention your name in rooms where decisions are made. I am causing your reputation to be vindicated in the minds of those who misunderstood you. You will find that doors that were rusted shut will suddenly swing open at your touch. And the very things that caused you stress last week will seem insignificant in the light of the new authority I am giving you. These are not random events. They are the gears of heaven clicking into place for your benefit. During these 7 days, you will witness the sudden lies of heaven. Problems that have plagued you for years will suddenly find their resolution. Debts that seemed like permanent chains will suddenly find a way to be broken. Feelings of heaviness that you have carried as a second skin will suddenly lift, leaving you with a buoyancy of spirit you haven't felt since childhood. This is because I am clearing the debris from your destiny. I am removing the thorns that have pricked your feet and the stones that have made you stumble. You will experience a divine synchronicity where everything seems to fall into place without you having to struggle or strive. It is the grace of the Creator manifesting in the physical world. If you find yourself in the right place at the right time, meeting exactly who you need to meet, know that it is my hand guiding your steps. I am weaving a tapestry of favor that will cover you and your household, ensuring that nothing I have promised you falls to the ground. Perhaps the greatest sign of all during these 7 days will be the peace that defies logic. You will find yourself smiling in the middle of a storm. You will find yourself breathing deeply when the world expects you to be panicking. This is my internal seal upon your spirit, a supernatural calmness that signals to the enemy that he no longer has a foothold in your mind. While others are frantic, you will be focused. While others are complaining, you will be praising. This peace is the foundation upon which I am building your new life. Do not question the timing, and do not try to force the outcome. Simply abide in me and watch as I work. By the end of this 7-day window, you will look back and realize that you are no longer the person who started this week. The old heaviness will be gone, replaced by a lightness of heart and a clarity of vision that will lead you into the abundance I have prepared. Trust the process, for the Creator of the universe is working overtime for your good. Your miracle is not just coming, it is already unfolding. My beloved child, I have seen you sitting at your table with your head in your hands, staring at the numbers that refuse to add up. I have seen the way your heart sinks every time a new bill arrives in the mail, and the heavy, cold knot that forms in your stomach when you check your balance and realize there is more month left than money. I saw you when you whispered, "How will I survive?" And when you felt the crushing shame of not being able to provide the way you desired for those you love. But I am here to tell you that I am Jehovah Jireh, the Lord your provider. And I am not limited by the economy of this world, the decisions of banks, or the limitations of your salary. You have been living in a season of just enough or not enough. But that cycle is being shattered right now. I am opening the windows of heaven over your life, and I am preparing to pour out a blessing so great that you will not have room enough to store it. I am the one who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, and I am directing the flow of my abundance toward your house. The drought is over, and the sound of an abundance of rain is beginning to echo in the spirit. I am rearranging the financial landscape of your life, even as you listen to these words. I am breathing upon your seeds, your ideas, and your labor, causing them to multiply in ways that defy human logic. I am the God who can bring water from a rock and manna from the sky, and I am bringing provision to you from sources you never expected. You will receive an unexpected refund, a long overdue payment, or a divine idea that will create a new stream of income. I am touching the hearts of those who have the power to help you, and I am causing them to show you favor for no reason other than my decree. This is not just about money. It is about the freedom to fulfill the mission I have given you. I am breaking the back of the spirit of lack and poverty that has haunted your family line for generations. You are not meant to be a slave to debt. You are meant to be a lender to nations. Receive this shift in your spirit right now, for the chains of financial captivity are falling off your hands. I am not only bringing you out of the fire of debt, but I am making you fireproof for the future. I am giving you the wisdom to manage the wealth that is coming so that it becomes a legacy for your children and your children's children. I am settling the accounts that have been open against you. I am causing your name to be cleared where there was a stain of financial struggle. You will find that my provision is not a trickle, but a flood that will wash away the stress and the fear that have aged you prematurely. I say you are well supplied. Do not agree with the lack. I say you are prosperous. Do not agree with the poverty. From this day forward, you will look at your finances not with dread, but with gratitude, for you will see my hand in every penny and my grace in every windfall. Trust me with your needs, and watch as I turn your scarcity into a storehouse of miracles. My precious child, I have seen the empty chairs at your table and the heavy silence that has filled the rooms of your home. I have felt the ache in your chest when you look at old photographs, remembering the laughter that has since been replaced by cold walls of resentment and years of unspoken words. I saw the tears you shed over the child who no longer calls, the spouse who has become a stranger, or the friend who walked away without an explanation. You have carried the weight of broken relationships like a garment of lead, wondering if the bridge that was burned could ever be rebuilt. I am here as the great restorer, the one who mends what is shattered and breathes life into what has long been dead. I am moving right now in the hearts of those you have been praying for. Even as you listen to my voice, I am softening the soil of their spirits, removing the thorns of pride and the stones of bitterness that have kept them distant. I am the God of reconciliation, and I am bringing the prodigals home. I am the one who can turn a heart of stone back into a heart of flesh. I am reaching into the past and pulling the sting out of old memories, replacing the poison of betrayal with the balm of my peace. You have felt like you were the only one trying, the only one praying, and the only one willing to forgive. But I want you to know that your prayers have not been in vain. They have been the spiritual anchors holding those relationships together in the unseen realm. I am about to perform a miracle of the heart that no therapist or counselor could achieve. I am creating a divine hunger for connection in the lives of those who have drifted away. You will see a sudden softening in their eyes, a shift in their tone, and a desire to make amends that will leave you breathless. The season of being misunderstood and alienated is ending. I am restoring the years that the locusts of anger and pride have eaten. And I am weaving a new tapestry of love that is stronger and more beautiful than the one that was torn. The wall of resentment that has stood between you and those you love is beginning to crumble under the weight of my glory. I am giving you a new capacity to love, a love that does not keep a record of wrongs but covers a multitude of sins. As you let go of the need to be right, I am making a way for you to be whole. You will find yourself having conversations that were once impossible, and you will see walls of pride fall like the walls of Jericho. I am restoring the bond between parents and children, husbands and wives, and friends who were closer than brothers. This restoration is not just for your comfort. It is a testimony to the world of my power to heal the unhealable. Your home will once again be a sanctuary of peace, filled with the sounds of joy and the warmth of my presence. Trust me with the hearts of those you love, for I hold them in my hands, and I am guiding them back to you and back to me. Look at yourself now, my beloved. You are standing on the other side of the fire, and although the flames were hot and the smoke was thick, you do not even smell like the furnace. You have emerged from the hidden season, and you are not the same person who entered it. The version of you that was fragile, the version that was easily intimidated by the shadows of the world, has been burned away. In its place, I have forged a spirit of iron and a heart of pure gold. You used to pray simply to survive the day, to make it to the next hour without falling apart. But I am reigniting a fire within you that will not allow you to settle for mere survival. I am calling you to thrive, to lead, and to radiate a light so intense that it pierces the deepest darkness in the lives of those around you. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the victor I have trained in the secret place. The trials that were meant to destroy you have instead become the credentials for your calling. I don't give big assignments to small people. And the fact that you survived what should have broken you is the proof that you are destined for a level of impact you cannot yet comprehend. I am breathing on the embers of your original dreams, those holy desires I placed in your soul before you even drew your first breath. For too long, you allowed the cold water of disappointment and the dampness of delay to quench your passion. You began to believe that your purpose was a fairy tale or a luxury you could no longer afford. But I am the one who watches over my word to perform it. And I am telling you that the fire is back. It is a fire for justice, a fire for creativity, and a fire for the mission I have uniquely qualified you to fulfill. You will no longer walk with a slumped spirit or a hesitant gait. You will walk with the authority of a king and the confidence of a child who knows their father owns the world. I am placing a fresh anointing upon your head, a divine oil that will cause every yoke of bondage to slide off your life. You are being activated right now to step into rooms you once felt unqualified to enter. You will speak with a wisdom that is not your own, and people will wonder where this new strength has come from. It is from me, and it is your birthright as my chosen one. Even as you step into this new season of power, know that you are never walking alone. I have deployed a legion of heaven's finest warriors to surround you. My angels have been given a specific charge over you, to guard you in all your ways and to bear you up, so that you do not even dash your foot against a stone. You may not see them with your natural eyes, but they are there, stationed at the corners of your home, walking before you into every meeting and standing as a wall of fire between you and the enemy's schemes. When you move, heaven moves with you. The atmosphere of your life is no longer open to the harassment of the dark, for the presence of my glory has created a fortress around your soul. You are fireproof because you have been through the fire with me. The enemy can send his best shot, but because your house is built on the rock, it will never be enough to move you. You are being transitioned from the training ground to the battlefield, but the battle is already won. Your only task is to stand in the victory I have already secured, and to let the light of my spirit shine through every crack of your being. Do not be afraid of the height to which I am lifting you. Real blessings are heavy, but I have spent this long season strengthening your shoulders to handle the weight. You have passed the tests of discouragement, the tests of silence, and the tests of little things. Now, you are entering the season of much. You will be a vessel, not a reservoir. You will be a source of hope for the hopeless, a healer for the broken, and a provider for the needy. The abundance I am pouring into your life is meant to flow through you to change the world. Your scars are no longer marks of shame. They are your credentials. They tell the story of a God who redeems, a God who restores, and a God who reignites the fire in a soul that the world tried to extinguish. Stand tall, my precious child. Your mission is clear, your protection is certain, and your fire is burning brighter than ever before. This is the moment you were born for, and I am right here, cheering you on as you step into the fullness of your destiny. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. My word is not like the words of men, which shift like shadows in the wind or crumble under the weight of changing seasons. When I speak, galaxies are born. When I whisper, the very foundations of the earth are shaken to their core. Today, I am issuing a final decree over your life, a sovereign proclamation that cannot be revoked, altered, or delayed by any force in existence. I have seen the trials that tried to swallow you whole, and I have heard the subtle lies of the enemy that told you your story was a tragedy nearing its end. But I am the author of your soul, and I am the one who holds the pen of destiny. This moment, right here and right now, is the turning of a page that can never be turned back. The decree I release tonight is a spiritual law that the heavens must obey and the physical world must manifest. Every word I have whispered to you throughout this sacred conversation is now being etched into the eternal fabric of your reality. My word does not return to me void. It is a heat-seeking missile of grace that accomplishes everything I sent it to do. If I have said you are healed, then the cells of your body must align with my truth. If I have said you are restored, then the years the locusts have eaten must be returned to you sevenfold. If I have said you are destined for greatness, then no power in the pits of hell can keep you small or silent any longer. This is the word of the living God, and it stands forever as a fortress around your spirit. The case against you in the high courts of heaven has been permanently dismissed. The accuser, who has spent years pointing at your past mistakes and whispering into the ears of others that you are unworthy or disqualified, has been silenced by the overwhelming authority of my unconditional love. I have wiped away the record of your failures and replaced it with the golden record of my favor. I am placing my signet ring upon your finger this very hour, a symbol of your authority as my chosen heir and a representative of my kingdom on earth. This decree is the final seal on your painful transition. You are moving from a season of frantic searching to a season of divine finding. You are moving from the ashes of mourning to the rhythm of the dance. The heavy chains that once bound your spirit, making every step feel like a labor of exhaustion, are not just broken. They have been pulverized into dust, never to be reforged or used against you again. I have set a hedge of fire around you that no weapon formed against you can penetrate. The atmosphere of your life is now under a new administration, the administration of my sovereign grace. Every blessing I have whispered into your heart during your darkest nights is now being released from the storehouses of eternity to manifest in your physical world. Do not look back at the ruins of your yesterday, for I am making all things new. The seal is closed, the verdict is in, and the victory is yours, settled once and for all in the highest court of the universe. Now, my child, it is time to move from hearing to acting. For faith without action is but a silent dream. I want you to take the promises I have whispered into your heart tonight and engrave them upon your very being. Do not let these words float away like morning mist. Capture them, hold them, and make them yours. I command you to take a moment to reflect on the dreams, the needs, and the areas of your life where you require my divine touch. As you affirm these truths in your heart, and as you speak them aloud into the quiet of your room, you are activating the machinery of heaven. You are moving from a passive observer of my grace to a co-creator of your destiny. Every word you believe is a seed planted in the fertile soil of my will, and I promise you, it shall grow beyond your wildest expectations. The season of waiting in the hallway is over. The door is standing wide open, and I am beckoning you to walk through it. This is your moment of holy activation, the point of no return where your old life ends and your true purpose begins. Do not let this prophecy be stolen by the distractions of tomorrow or the doubts that may try to crawl back into your mind. Seal this word into your life right now so that it remains locked in your spirit forever. I call upon you to take a bold step of faith. Type, "I am ready," or "It is done" in the comments below to secure this blessing and signal to the universe that you have accepted your mantle. This is not just a comment. It is a spiritual signature on the contract of your restoration, a declaration that echoes through the halls of heaven. Furthermore, I invite you one last time to like this video and subscribe to this channel to join this growing family of the chosen ones. When you stay connected to this stream of light, you ensure that my voice remains the dominant sound in your life, drowning out the noise of the world. By subscribing, you are telling the darkness that you have found your home in my light. And by liking, you are sealing your agreement with my perfect timing. Share this message with 3 souls who are currently lost in the storm. For as you become a vessel of my hope for others, the overflow of my blessing in your own life will become unstoppable. Go now in the absolute confidence that you are protected, provided for, and profoundly loved. The 7 days of your transformation have already begun, and I will be with you in every heartbeat, every breath, and every step you take. You are no longer alone. You are no longer forgotten. and you are no longer bound by the limitations of your past. I have seen your end from the beginning, and I tell you, it is more glorious than you can imagine. Rest tonight in the sacred knowledge that my hand is upon you, and my glory is your rear guard. The stars have aligned, the heavens have spoken, and your life will never be the same again. Every chain is broken, every door is open, and every promise is yours to claim. It is finished. It is settled. It is yours. Amen.